Hi, hello, greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chapter 1 and Beyond. And today's episode is going to be a little different because I'm going to be honest with you. I need to change it up a little bit. I really wanted to try this for a while, and honestly, I think it's going to work out great. I'm keeping my voice down because my ear still has a lot of Cool Whip because my Girl Scout troop won a bet against me and I had to get pied in the face. So I am still trying to seep out Cool Whip out of my eardrums and my ear because they decided to smear it all into my ear. But so I have like a little bit of a like ringing going on in my ear right now. Anyways, welcome to Chapter 1 and Beyond. I am glad that you're here. If you are returning, I am so thankful for your support. Please like, subscribe, and share the podcast because it really helps me a lot with spreading the word and doing these fun things creatively. So yeah. So today's episode is going to be a little different. So for those that have been returning to my channel, I do a lot of like reviews and a lot of monthly wrap-ups and a lot of like talking about the books I want to read for the month. But I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool to give a 24-hour spinny spin a try? So the thing with this, and this is going to be very experimental because not all the time I can sit and read for 24 hours. I think I'm going to be spanning this over a length of 24 hours worth of reading. So this could span for a couple of days. So there's going to be different clips, not just in one sitting like I'm used to. So this is going to be very different for me. What I did was set up a spinner wheel with two different spinner wheels. This is new for me. One spinner wheel has a genre, and then another one has the size of the book that I have to read. And what I'm going to do is, I believe I'm going to do my first spin. I'm going to see where it lands me, and I'm going to try to see how many I can read within 24 hours. This experiment might change a bit over time, but I'm hoping I can make this a continuous thing. Maybe we can add in like time limits where I have to read stuff at a certain time, but I don't have that kind of time. I am literally up against it with all these jobs that I have now and with kids, taking care of them. That is not always going to happen. So even if one gets read within the 24-hour limit, it will be very interesting to see how this lands. So I am going to solely use the library or my physical TBR to do this. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just spin both wheels at the same time, so I won't know what the genre is first and then the size of the book. So the way that the size of the book wheel is set up, it is set up for less than 200 or 100 pages, more than 100, 200 pages, and so on. And it goes all the way up to 900. So, that'll be fun if I end up getting something the size of Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive series. I will probably cry if I end up spinning that. That would be funny as heck. So, but as far as the genres go, I did put in a random my genre pick. I also put in middle grade kid book. I know that's not really considered a genre, but I figured, hey, if it's a category, that could work. I also put in this wheel rereads, horror, classic, nonfiction, historical fiction, thriller, fantasy, sci-fi, and romantasy. Because based off of like the type of books that I have on my shelf, it kind of aligns with those genres. So yeah, I'm going to randomly go to each of these wheels and do a shuffle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spin and see where it lands. Let's see what we get. Oh, snap. We're starting off strong. Thriller with more than 300 pages. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I have on my shelf any thrillers because I think I read all of them. And I can't reread because I didn't get the reread prompt. Okay. Well, I'm going to take a look and see what I got, and then I'll come back to you guys. All right, guys. So, I'm looking at my shelf here, and I love that we have a new way to siphon through owned books in the filtering on hardcover, because all I had to do was put in the genre that got selected, and I am going through all the books that are unread. And it looks like we have in contending The Martian by Andy Weir, though I would question if that is a thriller, because I guess what classifies as a thriller, you know? I'm assuming because Blake Crouch has done sci-fi thrillers in the past, Recursion would be a good choice too, because this one is just over 300 pages, and that would knock off another thing off my list. The Running Man by Stephen King is another one that I could potentially pick up as well, because that one is also more than 300 pages. But I don't know what to do, because technically, before I can update you guys on Try It or Trash It, I technically have The Martian by Andy Weir on my physical Try It or Trash It list. So, to kill two birds with one stone, but also make this a funsies thing, I think I'm going to look up if this is truly a thriller. I'm going to ask ChatGPT because I need to know. Is The Martian by Andy Weir a thriller? Oh, according to ChatGPT, it is not really a thriller, but it definitely has thriller moments. Okay. Well, I said that I really, really want within the genre, though it says what it actually is a sci-fi survival. I would describe that as a thriller because it's suspenseful and everything else. It's not a, it's not a traditional thriller. What to do? I mean, Recursion is a good idea, but then I'm starting yet another book and not getting any bit closer to, finishing my Try It or Trash It list. See, this is my struggle. I love doing fun things like this, but then it's like, I really am mixing a lot of freaking books in the mix, but actually, like, flipping through this is actually not going to be too bad. Like, a lot of these pages are not filled at all, and it kind of reads like a journal, so this might be interesting. Like, there's a lot of different formats in here. You know what? I think that I am going to do The Martian because of the thriller-based survival part. Hate me if you want, but I think that's what I'm going to end up going with for the first book. And then, since that's only over just 300 pages, excuse me, I'm like burping. According to this, it's 384 pages. So, honestly, I really, really want to read The Martian, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do The Martian by Andy Weir as my first step, and then I will catch you guys back when I'm finished to give you my thoughts. All right, guys. It took me about 12 hours and 35 minutes to read that, but here are my thoughts. It was absolutely fantastic. I could not put this book down, and it was the best 12 hours and 35 minutes of my life. um, can I say that Project Hail Mary was right on top of that thrill? It took Project Hail Mary definitely took me a longer, but The Martian was great. Like, I cannot get over on how amazing this book was, and Andy Weir did it again for me. I am so glad that I picked this one up because I devoured it. It was just so good. And the fact that I got like kind of a glimpse into like reading diaries or logs, and there was, the element of like being introduced to the engineers and NASA and just the whole suspense of whether he's going to live or die. I was just like, what is going on here? Like, it was just so good. Like, I would say like a thriller um definitely does the same thing. And I feel like this one definitely read like a thriller. Like, it's just so weird. Even though like on hardcover it's like classified as a science fiction, but hey, 5 stars. Like, flat out. Like, I if I could give it a 10, I would totally give this a 10. So, yeah, just oh gosh, so good. Like, Mark Watney was absolutely hilarious. The character as a whole, he was just like spunky and he's sarcastic and he was just like, he just had raw human emotion like in his logs, and like just as it progressed, it just like got so real with like I kind of like picture on how I could like, see myself doing in that particular situation like throughout that book, and like the scenarios that he had to deal with, and just like the survival tactics, and it's just like, holy crap. Like, the biggest thing that I definitely took away from the book versus the movie itself is that um like I can't believe that the movie left out that he was like the movie left out a very key like role in his duties on this mission. And I want to say it, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. So, like, definitely read the book. Like, you are not going to be disappointed with this book, because like the book definitely had a lot more detail than what the movie had. And like, the movie definitely capitalized on the botany and the science and like just like the overall of the struggle and survival tactics, but there was like a mirror situation at the end of the book too that I wish I could talk about, but it also spoils it. And it just like, it was left out of the movie. I'm like, why does Hollywood do this? Like, yeah, I don't like how they do that kind of stuff. Like, cause like I feel like that is an essential thing that they should have left in, like, to the movie. Like, it just drives me nuts that like things like that used to happen, like happened in the Harry Potter movies too. And I could go on a whole tangent about the Harry Potter movies. Like, I'm excited about this like new TV series, but I'm getting off a tangent. So all I could say is, if you're looking for a science fiction that is going to grip you and keep you suspense till the end of the book, you need to read The Martian by Andy Weir. You need to read Project Hail Mary too, because Project Hail Mary is just absolutely fantastic. Um, Andy Weir as an author should be supported. Like, he is one of my top authors now when it comes to science fiction. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We still have quite a bit of time in this 24-hour challenge. So, I'm going to do another spinny spin, and we're going to see like what this lands on, but I'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys. So, I landed on my genre pick and under 600 pages. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a very particular book that I have right on the top of my head that I know I'm going to pick. And this is just something that I've had picked up, but then it just got put aside because of all these lists that I have, and I feel like it's absolutely necessary to read this book. So, we have to bring in Princess Donut with Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I am going to pick up the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook by Matt Dinneman, book 3 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm so excited. I've been trying to get to this book, and I know that the 8th book in this series is coming out soon, and I'm like, I need more Princess Donut in my life. I really do. so so yeah. So this next bit is gonna be Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook, and we'll see, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through the entire book with the remaining amount of time that I have left in this challenge, but um we'll see where we land, okay? All right. I'll update you guys when I get back. All right, guys. I did not finish the book, but it's okay because I got quite a bit of ways in, and I have to say I already choked up, and I'm already like I have so many feelings about this book. Yeah. I'm mad a little bit because one of the characters that I was holding out for that would make it didn't make it. I'm not gonna tell you who because it'll spoil it, but yeah, it kind of crushed me a little bit reading that part. But um, yeah, what can I say? Princess Donut strikes again. Like I feel like Princess Donut is like supposed to be like this side anchor character, but I really think she holds out as being one of the main primary characters. I know Carl like does his thing. Um, but Princess Donut runs the freaking show. So I love this cat so much. And Mordecai, and now we have Katia in the mix. I mean, it's just so good. It's I don't know. I don't know how I feel about trains. I mean, definitely that's not a spoiler. That is on the freaking cover. If you have not seen the cover, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, I mean, I have to say it's turning out to be yet another one that just hooks me. These books are just so fast to read and they're so quick, and I actually did get 140 pages in before I had to stop. No, I got 153 pages in. That's what it was. 153 pages. Um, I had reread what I had already read because I was technically on page 28, but I had reread those 28 pages, so I can officially say that I did binge 153 pages, which, for less than 10, 11 hours more. Um, I definitely read slow, but then my kids kept interrupting me, and yeah, just kind of a crazy mix. I will say though, with this 24-hour challenge, it was definitely a lot more challenging than I thought. I didn't think that kind of timing myself and forcing it to kind of anytime I would pick up the book, like I would start the timer. So like it was hard for me with my ADHD to refocus back in on that and dive right into the books. But I will say that um, so worth it. And I'm excited about doing another one of these because it was so fun and it kind of like gave me that, enthusiasm and boost to kind of like just commit to the 24 hours. And yeah, I mean, kudos to people that do this on a regular basis. Like, I just don't know how you have this much time. There's a lot of people that will literally stay up for 24 hours too. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Like, I need my sleep. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm still going to continue reading Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. I'll probably update you guys in my May wrap up at the end of the month. But yeah, thoughts on Dungeon Anarchist cookbook so far. Like, I'm sad that one of my favorite characters that I was really holding out for, um, died in it, and I am excited about this whole like train situation. Um, it seems like a jumbled mess. So, um, I just love the chaos and like just the overall of like just getting to know this world and like the crawlers and just like Mordecai as a whole and just like the politics of this game. And I mean, by now you should know like what Dungeon Crawler Carl series is because everyone talks about it in their mother. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I am really surprised on how much this series exploded because I felt like at first I was like among like the few that would talk about it, but then it kind of just imploded from there. And it's a great thing. I love that this is getting so much hype now because this is such a great series. Um I really love that we have a new subgenre that is really gamified, and I just love it. I love this genre, and I'm really excited for the other authors that are in this subgenre because I think Dungeon Crawler Carl, and then I think We Are Bob Legion. I believe that's another one that really opened the floodgates for this genre, and I feel like there's just so much potential of kind of expanding our like palette when it comes to the subgenre. And it's just so fun. Like I just love the gamified approach of this subgenre and just like the playfulness of like kind of getting a taste of like Dungeons and Dragons. Like I love Dungeons and Dragons. I miss playing Dungeons and Dragons. I just don't have time or money to commit to a 5 to 6 hour gameplay at one point weekly. So, um, adult life. But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I get like a taste of that again, like by reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I feel like I'm excited for Matt Denman because he deserves it. He deserves like with all his hard work, like he's got Operation Bounce House out. He's got Dungeon Crawler Carl going for him. Like he's just a very gifted author, and I feel like honestly he's an incredible person and deserves that, and I'm excited for what he's going to bring to the table for book 9 um and book 10. I believe like the last book is going to be divided into two parts, at least from what everyone's saying. So um I am sad that we are getting closer to the end of this, and I'm really curious on how it's going to close, but I'm going with the flow. I love Princess Donut, and I do truly hope that nothing terrible happens to her, but I hope nothing truly happens to Mongo or Carl either, but I don't know. I feel like I'm like going in for like a slow blow of like devastation soon. um but Dungeon Crawler Carl book 3, I'm 28% of the way in, and we'll see where this lands. But I appreciate you all for listening and taking the time to support this podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast. I am in the works of kind of bringing a video-esque episodes to the channel, which will likely be exclusively on my YouTube channel, Chapter 1 and Beyond. But I'm going to try my best to see if I can get it on Spotify too. So just be on the lookout for that. I don't know when that's going to happen. Um, it'll be like, hey, surprise, here's my face. So, but yeah, I just truly appreciate all the support. I'm very happy that I have a creative outlet to do this. And as you can see, I'm a total book nerd and I'm just obsessed with talking about books. So this just gives me that ability of like sharing my thoughts besides keeping them to myself because I don't really have too many people to talk to about this. So, but yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will catch you guys in the next episode, but until then, take care. Bye.